Rama, baboy.
ఏంటి ఫుల్ స్వాగ్లో వచ్చినావు?
It's the Tillu effect of 2022. Let's go.
Tillu is 22 and 22 is Tillu.
Abba, I can't wait for Tillu too. But anyway, that is not the point of today's conversation.
ఇవాళ యాక్చువల్లీ నేను పాటలు పాడి వినిపించిపోతున్నాను, అందుకని నేను మొత్తం సెటప్తో రెడీగా ఉన్నాను.
Ma'am, this is what... This is always the hardest part. Why can't we do intros and outros? The whole point of today is we wanted to do a 2022 recap of all of the movies that we watched this year. So reviews.
Reviews.
Yeah.
And also this is very special to us because our whole thing started.
Amma, nu ippudu emotionalize cheyamakamma.
Chitti. Our friendship, our relationship began with Tillu actually. I met her the day after I saw Tillu.
Even though we didn't watch it in the theaters, I think we just really connected over that. So since then, we've watched, how many movies have we watched? Mana count ento marchipoyam. That's how many movies we've been to.
19.
19 movies. That's a lot of tickets.
Hey, what?
Nee dabba nene teeskochi nu shock aitunavu chudu. Ba what a action.
This is second highlight of the night anamata.
We've been collecting all of the tickets of the movies that we watched in this cute little dabba that's like what is this, some lottery ticket laga undi kind of a thing. But we're gonna like select from here and then just whatever comes to mind we're gonna say it. So let's go.
కొన్ని సినిమాలు థియేటర్లో చూసాక మళ్ళీ చూడాలనిపించింది, కొన్ని ఏమో అసలు వామ్మో థియేటర్లో ఎలా భరించామనిపించింది.
Once we pick up a ticket, we're gonna ask ourselves what were the highlights of the movie, what did we remember from the movie, what was our rating from when we reviewed it first, and then would we change our rating and would we watch it again?
And what was our initial bottom line and has that changed?
Yes. Yep. Okay, ready? There's spoilers ahead, so just putting that out there now.
I mean, at this point, like, please, I really hope you guys have seen all these movies.
I hope they haven't. Okay, we're gonna shake this up. Shake shakala. Ammayi Gurinchi Meeku Cheppaali.
Oh, ee cinema gurinchi మేము మీకు చెప్పాలి. So I gave it a 7. You gave it an 8.5.
Wow, that was a little eccentric. Okay.
And then the bottom line was పిల్లల్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయకపోయినా పర్లేదు, డిస్కరేజ్ మాత్రం చేయకండి. చాలా పర్సనల్ తీసుకున్నాం మేము.
Wow. But yeah, I was definitely eccentric when I gave that review. It's not an 8.5 movie. It was a 7.
So I actually did watch this movie again. I would say like mine didn't change too much, maybe like a 6.5. Definitely lag అనిపించింది second time చూసినప్పుడు.
You know, all I can think about is how many times they kept showing that same sequence of Kriti Shetty. It just kept going and going like
it's like నీకు obsession పర్లేదు, but మనకెందుకు?
Yeah, it was just way too excessive. And
it was actually obsessive.
But I did like the satires all in the Telugu film industry, especially that item song made me laugh.
For me, the biggest takeaway in that movie was like they really handled all of the emotions like from all different sides. Like actually a parents like their growth was also very
very important to me too.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen a good subtle growth of parents in these movies. They're always just like sudden switch at the climax.
Yeah.
But there was definitely like character development for parents. I just remember connecting with Kriti Shetty's character.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, this is definitely a problem and it's very relatable.
And to answer the question, would I watch it again? I think I'm done. I'm maxed out.
I don't think I would watch it again either.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next. PS1.
Now I'm ready. This one's gonna be heavy.
What's your rating? 4.
Okay. By the way, you guys should know that every time we watch back our reviews, we do cringe, just like you guys might be cringing. So we're very self-aware.
I gave it a 4. You gave it a 4. Average was a 4. Our bottom line was, what did we miss?
Oh yeah, I really struggled through this movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you had to have some sort of background knowledge to like understand this film.
It kind of felt like there was a lot expected of us, and maybe it was also the cultural difference. Like
it felt like a cultural mismatch.
That's
like,
the word.
And also we don't have this like basic knowledge, right? This might be Indian history and Indian stories.
Yes.
But we don't grow up with that. So going into this, I was like, what am I watching? So our bottom line is right. What did we miss?
I was extremely lost in this movie.
Me too.
And I did not have a desire to watch it again, so I did not watch it again.
I'm not gonna watch it again either.
And I don't know, like because of that, I don't think I can change my rating.
I'm not changing my rating.
Yeah. Maybe in the dubbing, a lot was lost.
Maybe.
Because we watched it in Telugu. We didn't watch
But
it in Tamil.
even if we did watch it in Tamil, like we would have had to need subtitles, which would have messed up the translation even more.
Exactly.
So it was like a very messy.
It was messy. For me, it felt like they were just trying to go off of the casting. They're like, oh, andaru unnaru kabatti andaru vachestaru annattu. So
we should also put out there that like when we do our reviews, it's mostly on cinematography, screenplay, direction, acting, music. How did everything come together?
yes, the orchestration is what we focus on.
Correct. Moving on.
Okay,
next
next.
movie. Ante Sundaraniki. Wait, fun fact. This is the first movie where we actually took our review very seriously.
Oh yeah, we
like
did.
we were like, okay, we have to do rating. Let's talk about cinematography, acting, blah blah blah
Yes.
blah blah.
I gave it a 9. You gave it an 8. And we didn't have a bottom line, but I think we were just like very excited about it.
We were getting used to this review thing. But what is our bottom line if we had to give it now? Because you watched it several times afterwards. I only watched it once afterwards.
I think my bottom line is be honest, be true. It might be hard in the moment, but it's going to be worth it in the long run.
That was a long bottom line, but nice. I
Yes,
agree.
yes.
The movie was definitely fresh in the way that it was taken.
There was a lot of repetition in the screenplay. Like there was the whole bit where like the kids and the adults come together. That was very like dragged out.
I thought it was clever though.
It was clever.
The cinematography really amps up that experience for the viewer. It gives support to the story too.
So Rohini's dialogues were my favorite because like they're just so truthful. It's like, okay, situation ochindante, we view a situation different when it's impacting other people versus when it's impacting us. Manaku vachinappudu okay, ఏదైతే అదైంది at any cost అది మనం జరిపించేసుకోవాలి పనులు అన్నట్టు ఏదో. And I think her dialogues in the second half are my favorite.
I liked the sister a lot because I feel like they very subtly brought up the problems between the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
The control that the in-laws can have over the daughter-in-law. I just really, they didn't like outright say that, but like they just subtly put it in there. And I just thought it was like so impactful even for like the 1-2 dialogues that were in there.
I mean, there's parts of the movie I'm like, ఎందుకురా ఇలా చేస్తున్నావు? But
That's
it feels so good.
No, that's exactly what I thought. But especially at the end, I just feel like it was just like rush. And it was just a little bit hard to believe. I would watch 3/4 of the movie for sure and like actually enjoy it. And then the 1/4 I would just forget about and not watch the ending. Oh, I was an 8?
Yeah.
Wow, that was actually kind of eccentric. I think I would give this a 7.5. It's not that much of a thing, but like I want to stay true to the 3/4 I enjoyed and then the 1/4 I don't really like.
Okay.
So 7.5.
Okay, I think mine would go up to a 9.5.
Wow. Oh. RRR.
Amma babai.
For the first time ever, I watched a Rajmouli film and I did not like it.
I definitely did not enjoy this movie. So let's set the baseline. My rating was a 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, I was brutal. Your rating was a 6.
Ooh.
And the bottom line that I put just here, because we didn't have a bottom line at the time, is summer lo tintam berry.
Spring lo vachadu cherry.
Hey, what a war! మనం డ్రైవ్ చేస్తాం కారు దూసుకుంటూ వచ్చాడు ఎన్టీఆర్.
అది. And he actually did in that interval scene where he like whoosh whoosh. Okay, this movie screenplay wise drove me crazy because every scene they were introducing the actors over and over and over again. And I was just like, guys, what's the actual story?
Yeah.
Because they marketed the story as like, you know, this really cool imaginary thing. So it sounded really cool. But like, did they even develop that well? I have no idea.
It's a very simple story, okay? Very simple story.
You gotta find that.
Naku, when I watch a movie, like I'd like for it to be fast-paced. I'd like for stuff to actually be happening. I don't want to slow down. I don't want to watch a movie as still frames.
You know the other thing too, I realized in our Telugu films, we've been using slow-mos way too much. We need to calm down on the slow-mos, okay?
Serials kaadu nana.
Watching this film and like after the interval there was some scene, right, where they were like dishum dishum dishum. I thought the movie was over at that point. Like that's how dragged out it felt. And it felt like I'd been there for 3 hours already and I was just like, come on.
Yeah. I think for me the one thing I'll give to this movie is it's not crude like other Rajamouli movies. Like the humor is not crude.
Yeah. My rating is definitely changing to a 4, especially if I'm not gonna watch it again. I was trying to watch it again and I was like, wow, I cannot sit through this.
Sahasam ane Cheppaali.
So I don't know. I mean, it's nominated for Golden Globes and
I mean,
Oscar buzz, you know. So I'm proud. I'm very proud.
Let's not discount that.
And I'm very happy to see the reach that this movie has gotten. I just think there's better films from us that we could put out there. Mana belt cinema. Ramarao on duty. I will not forget this movie because of that item song. The very much unnecessary item song with the unnecessary visuals that made no sense to the movie.
No comment.
Dude, I remember belts, unnecessary scenes, ridiculous graphics.
And okay, but now
storyline.
Now we're talking spoilers. What was the Pushpa reference at the end of the movie? And they did not say Pushpa in like the dialogue, but it was in the subtitles.
Oh, I didn't even recognize that. I just saw Pushpa.
No, they said Pushpa in the subtitles. Vallu vocal ga anledu. So why did they put Pushpa in there?
This whole movie was based on the same exact concept of Pushpa. What if it's a prequel?
Yeah.
This was a terrible movie though.
It was terrible, but I feel like they're just like, oh, ఏదో ఒకటి పడేస్తే at least ఉంటది పుష్ప hype or అదే feel లో ఉంటారు జనాలు అన్న టేస్ట్ నట్టుంది నాకు. But what if Ravi Teja isn't Pushpa 2 as the inspector?
There were 2 heroines?
There were 2 heroines. Main heroine, the one he's married to.
He's married? Dude, I don't remember anything about this movie.
He has a wife.
See, clearly nothing
She
stuck.
blocked this movie from her memory.
Yeah, I don't. Another fun fact, with this movie and the review that we did, we actually
got a lot of hate.
Yeah, that. And also, this movie review was where we planted our little Easter egg that swAha was coming. And so I don't know if anybody noticed that, but that was like our whole intention. So so at the end of that, we were like, Ramarao duty lo unnado ledo teliyadu gaani swAha matram duty lo.
We said Swini, Sneha, swAha.
Oh yeah, see, I don't even remember my own Easter egg. Wait, do you have a bottom line for this?
Yeah, we did. Is the ending for real?
We don't know. We have to find out for Pushpa 2 and if Ravi Teja makes an appearance.
Malli chusava?
What?
Ee cinema?
Why would I? We gave it a 3 each, I think. Right? So.
Nee rating? Yana martada?
2.
I don't think I'll change.
What a great movie. Krishna, Krinja, Vihari. No, Krishna, Vrinda, Vihari. What kind of a movie was this, guys? We are in 2022, going into 23.
వాళ్ళు పాష మాటను అనుకుని తీసారు నువ్వు వాళ్ళ గాలలో తీసేస్తే ఎట్లా చెప్పు.
The dialogues were backwards. The characters were backwards. Nothing was resolved at the end. The one thing that I absolutely hate about this is they built up the female character in this, the female protagonist, so well. Ante like different, right? She just could not have a decent conversation with her mother-in-law. Just went to show that the strained relationship that they had, and you didn't resolve anything. She just ended up apologizing for what the mother-in-law did to her.
Even the story, even the love story was so cringe. It was, and Inkoti, please, I understand wanting to like create like a safe space where everyone can do their own dialogues and stuff. But I couldn't understand half the stuff the heroine was even saying because I think she dubbed her own voice. And I was like struggling to even understand what her badha was.
He just went after her because she was pretty and like what did you even know about her to go after her? I don't know. Like it was just so weird, the whole concept.
If you're going to introduce medical topics, do so in a sensitive manner. Don't turn it into comedy.
You know, I notice this a lot with like comedians where they give them a rogam and they make fun of it.
Why are you making fun of disabilities? This is so wrong. And
I don't even like calling them disabilities. They're just different, you know?
Yeah, because people are so uncomfortable talking about it, they turn it into comedy. And what happens is in the future, like in the real world, in the society, they turn it into comedy too. And he thought he was protecting her by like saying that he's the one with the problem and this and that. But in situation mottam valla, like, I don't know. It's like, this goes back to the Ante Sundaraniki concept where ఆ లోపం మనలో ఉంటే అయ్యో పాపం పక్కన వాళ్ళు వచ్చి జాలు చూపించి ఏదో ఒకటి కానిచ్చేస్తే అయిపోతుంది అన్న ఫీలింగ్. పక్కన వాళ్ళకుంటే ఓ అంటరాని దూరంలో ఉండాలి. You know, that is what I take.
That's why this is so cringe. Krishna Krinja Vihari is like the perfect.
So Netflix lo ila, when you guys are scrolling through, if this movie pops up, please just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 2. You gave it a 1. And
Why did I even give it a 1?
I think I told you can't give it a 0.
Oh. Well, I mean, why not? Why can't I give it a 0?
True.
Like,
Well,
nothing about this film was remotely good for me.
No, nothing.
So, 0. What's
Yeah.
the bottom line?
Cringe Vihari.
Cringe? Okay. We talked about 6 movies already. This is gonna take us forever.
Popcorn break.
Yeah, get some popcorn. The interval. Hey, this is gonna have multiple intervals. Get all the popcorn you need, but we're gonna come back for another round and we're gonna do another recap. So stay tuned.
వేచి ఉండండి చూస్తూనే ఉండండి మీ స్వాహా టాక్స్
Wow, this is cringe Vihari. Anyway.